All right, good morning and welcome to Iyun Benzion, the Lumdis part of my Daf Yomi Shiurim on Yevamos Daf Yud Zayin. This is going to be in the second parak already, number 17. The Gemara, the Mishnah on Yud Zayin and Aleph talks about a case, Eishes Achiv Shelo Haya Ba'olamo. The mitzvah of Yibum, we're going to two dinim that are discussed on Daf Yud Zayin and Beis, is that it only applies in the mitzvah of Yibum if you share a father, if you share a paternal brother, as opposed to you share a mother, your maternal brother. The mitzvah of Yibum wouldn't apply. And secondly, the mitzvah of Yibum only if you live together, which is which is the case in our Mishnah on Yud Zayin and Aleph. That you have to. The case is, you mind people just come in and they start talking. Whatever, what can I do? It's not my best medrash. Anyway, so the second halacha of Yibum is that you have to Yeshua Achim Yachtav. You have to be alive together. You have to be living together. For example, your brother Reuven was married and then he died, and then the brother was born after he died. So therefore, there's no mitzvah of Yibum. And there's karis over there. You can't marry that Yevamos. She's not. She's called Eishasach, like it says in Vayikra. There's Eishasach. Now there is a question why the case that all the Mefarshim explain that Eish Achav Shalai Be'olamo was talking about where there's three brothers, not two brothers, and one brother married there was a brother Shimon in between who was alive when Reuben was married to his first wife. So and then he died, and then Shimon married her, and then Shimon died, and Levi shared a brotherhood with Shimon, but didn't share a brotherhood with Reuven. Why isn't the case a simple case of where just there were two brothers, not three brothers? That we'll get to it in a different time, but it's going to be borne out. That's going to be made easier to answer that question based on today's shir. The Gemara discusses, the Gemara says, Menani Mili Hecha Ksiva, Eishadach Lemo, the fourth line, Zayim Beis, Hecha Ksiva, Amar Bihud, Amar Rav, Amar Kra, Ki Eishua Achim Yachtav, Shayislam Yeshiva Achas Ba'olam. They have to live together. Presumably, it's one of the Yachtav together. They have to live together in the same world. They have to be married. The first brother has to be married already while the second brother was alive when he was born. So the Gemara says Yachtav, and the Gemara continues Darshim Miyuchadim Menachala Prad Achal Menaim. A second teaching Yachdav is that the Miyuchadim Menachala. So Rashi says over here Yachtav Miyuchadim Menachala Haruin Larish Zeh. How do you learn because Rashi is bothered by what's going on over here? How do you learn two things out of the same word, right? Yachtav is teaching me Yeshu Achim Yachtav. They have to live together. And then it teaches me also that they have to Miyuchadim Menachala, that they're special. This is where Yachtav can mean two things. Yachad means together. And Yachad, it sounds like Yichud, that they have a special relationship. Miyuchadim Menachala, they're a special relationship when it comes to inheritance. That a brother can inherit a brother, and that's only by paternal brothers. Only a paternal brother can inherit a brother. If you share a mother, you don't inherit your brother. And normally the children inherit the father, but if there's no children, then the brothers inherit each other. So that's, I think, what Rashi is coming to say. Miyuchadim and Achala, one is the pshat and one is the drush. How can you have two things? Because Yachtav, Geshu Achim Yachtav, the pshat of the pasuk Yachad, the simple explanation is to live together. That's how you learn the din of Eish Achiv Shelo Haya Ba'olamo. And the second thing is the miyuchad, the drasha, that's Jesus, where it's a play on words some way. And Chazal were able to interpret it. They have to have a special relationship, miyuchad and menachala, and therefore they have to inherit each other. Therefore, we know that Yibum only applies by paternal brothers. That is. That's Rav Yehuda. Rabbah says, Achim and Av Yolav Achim ben Yaakov. He learns that Yibum only applies by paternal brothers because of Gzera Shava, because it says Achim by ben Yaakov. And we know the sons of Yaakov, 12 sons of Yaakov, they only shared a father, they didn't share a mother. And it says, by Yibum Achim, Yeshu Achim Yachtav. So therefore, also by Yibum, the mitzvah is only by paternal brothers. Now, the question arises, so there's two different ways of learning it. Do you learn it like Rav Yehuda, Miyuchadim and Achla, or do you learn it of Achim, Dirshav Achim Achim? And the Gemara continues and discusses Achva Achva, why we learn from Bnei Yaakov and not somewhere else. In the Gemara, towards the middle of the page, says, Itzrich l'michtav Achim or Itzrich l'michtav Yachtav. This line is a little problematic. We're still dealing presumably within Rabbah, not Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda is finalized. Rabbah the Gemara discusses it for a while. So then the Gemara says you need to write achlim and you need to write yachdav. So the way ArtScroll explains it over here is that this is, I'll read from ArtScroll on 17b2. Having cited two sources for the law that Yevamos applies only to paternal brothers, the Ger Shava expounded by Rabbah and the early exposition of the word together by Rabbi Yehuda in the name of Rav, the Gemara merges both teachings. That's what ArtScroll says. It says the Gemara saying both yachdav and achim, the Gzer Shava and the word Yachdav, you need both of them too, because Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbah really rely on each other. But I want to say the Gemara never indicates that. The Gemara seems to have a conclusion according to Rabbi Yehuda, and then only according to Rabbah, the Gemara seems to be going over here. And the Gemara never finishes the discussion in Rabbah. It seems, I want to say it's really going in Rabbah. This will answer what Rashi says in a second. This will Yachdav. Where it says it has to say Achim and it has to say Yachdav because of Rahman Achim, I mean a Leila for Achim and Lot. If it would said Achim, I would throw it like Lot. And then it says Kasar Rahman Yachim Yechadim and Nachla. If it was say Achim, I would think maybe you learn from Lot, and the mitzvah of Yibam only applies by nephew, not by brothers. So therefore it says Yachdav that Yechadim and Nachla. Because of Rahman Yachdav, if it says Yachdav, I would have thought they need a father and a mother, share a father and mother. Therefore, it says Achim from Bnei Yaakov, only a paternal brother is needed to do Yibam. Now, the Rashi on Yechadim and Nachla, the second time it says Yechadim and Nachla, Rashi says a different Sham Yechadim and Nachla. Cholken Nachla Achas, Lafuke Lo Shein Cholken Nachla Achas. Yechadim and Nachla means that they inherited, the brothers inherit a Nachla together, inheritance of their father together, as opposed to Lot. Lot was the nephew, so no, Lot wouldn't inherit with his uncle. He's not going to inherit with his uncle. Uncle and nephew don't inherit together. Only brothers inherit together. Rashi changes the pshat of Yechadim and Nachla. Before Rashi said Yechadim and Nachla is the brothers inherit each other. Here, Yechadim and Nachla means that they share. It's really learning the word Yachad. They share a Nachla from their father. Not they inherit each other. They share a Nachla. Why is Rashi switching over here? How could you switch? So therefore, I want to say that answers all our questions over here. That really the Gemara is still going according to Rabbah over here. That according to Rabbi Yehuda, he learned, like we said, he has to learn a pshat and a drush. The pshat and Yachdav, Yeshu Achim Yachdav is to tell me they live together in the same world to exclude Eishes actually Abolomo. That's the pshat. And what do you do? How do you learn a second din? Yachdav, that's not Yachdav. Together doesn't mean together. It means miyucha. They have a special relationship. They inherit each other. It's the drush. But according to Rabbah, he doesn't have to say that. He learns Yachdav. The whole Gemara is according to Yachdav, and that's where he's learning from. The pshat. He's learning the pshat. Yachdav, miyucha de menachla means that they inherit their father together, and that's what it means together. And therefore, Rabbah learns the pshat of Yachdav, and it will come out according to Rabbah. He's learning the pshat for Yachdav is to tell you that his paternal brother, Yachdav, because you need it, it's not good enough. You need both the Gzer Shava and you need Yachdav. So if you need the Gzer Shava Yachdav for that, the pshat for that, so then once the pshat is already used to teach me paternal brother, so how do you know Eish is actually a Bolama according to Rabbah? We're going to see, maybe we'll discuss that in the future. Again, to answer the first question, I originally asked why the Mepharshim understand Eish Yaakov Shalei Bolama. We're talking about 3 brothers, not 2 brothers. Maybe according to Rabbah, we'll have an answer. Hope you enjoyed it. We answered the Sira and Rashi. Hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow. Bye.